I'm going to preview the 2 seed Ohio State versus 10 seed Miami, Florida football game, like part of the college football playoff quarterfinals at the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic in Arlington, Texas at AT&T Stadium. It's December 31st at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. As of right now, Ohio State is favored by 10 points the most in the quarterfinals, and I apologize for looking down because I cannot memorize all this stuff. Obviously, Miami, Florida is 11-2 on the year. They actually beat A&M at A&M, and I give them credit. And I knew that game would be close. It's 10-3. The only losses for Miami, Florida this year were against Louisville at home 24-21 and on the road to SMU in overtime 26-20. Obviously, so they're 11-2 on the year. While Ohio State is 12-1 on the year, the only loss was in the Big Ten title game against Indiana, 13-10. So nothing to sneeze at, and they were undefeated in their conference prior to the game. And obviously, Miami didn't even make the conference title game due to tiebreakers, and they're 6-2. I'll go with stats, both offense, defense, a little bit of special teams, give some keys to game. Who do I think is going to win? So I'm going to start with Miami, Florida first. They averaged 32.2 points per game while allowing 13. 287 first downs while giving up 213. Rushing yards per game, 151.9. Offensively, while giving up 87. Passing yards, 262.5 on offense while giving up 194.5. Time possession is 7 hours, 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 53 seconds for what it is. I can't do exact calculation. While giving up 5 hours, 49 minutes, and 7 seconds. Now, third down is 45.5% on offense, 154 attempts, 31.4% on defense on 175 attempts. Fourth down defense, 63.2 on 19 attempts for the offense, 46.2 by the defense on 26 attempts. And I might as well just go with special teams real fast. 42 punts for 1,835 yards average. 43.7 the long is it doesn't show the long actually, but get the point. I think 18 punts were landed inside the 20-yard line, and 9 of those were over 50 yards. And they were 15 for 20 on field goals, with the most coming to do is kicker. And you gotta remember, they missed a lot of field goals last game. And I'll kind of also go the tackles for loss, sacks, interceptions, pass breakups, safeties, fumbles. 88 tackles for loss while giving up 48. 41 sacks on the year by the defense while allowing 13. 14 interceptions on the defense while giving up 10. 48 pass breakups while giving up 36. Now, 36 quarterback hurries while allowing 7. And they do have 2 fumbles recovered allowed, while defensively they have 9. And nothing in terms of safeties or anything like that. And no kicks were blocked, while they actually blocked them once. The opponent blocked them once. Yeah, it was once all year. Now for Ohio State, side of things. Okay, I thought I had Ohio State football stats pulled up, but Apparently I didn't. And I'll put both of these in the description below so y'all could see it. Now, offensively, Ohio State 34.9 points per game while giving up only 8.1. 299 first downs while the offense is giving up 166. 162.8 of rushing yards per game while allowing 84.5. Passing yards for 266.7 passing yards per game while allowing 129.1. Time possession 33 minutes for 31 seconds per game on offense. 29 seconds. 26 minutes 29 seconds by the defense. 54.2% on third down on offense on 42 attempts. 28.8% on third down on 163 attempts. Fourth down 64.7% on 17 attempts by the offense. 37.04% by the defense on 27 attempts. I might as well kind of go over like field goal. Special teams here too. Like they're 16 for 19 on field goals this year. And they missed one in a cheap shot in the Indiana game. You gotta remember that. Now, 25 most commonly used punter, 24 punts for 1,008 yards, average 42 yards, long 55 yards. 4 of those punts over 50 yards, and 10 of those landing inside the 20-yard line. Now, tackles for loss, they have 74 on the year on defense while giving up 49, 33 sacks on the year while allowing 11, 8 interceptions by the defense while allowing 6, 29 pass breakups while allowing 26, 24 quarterback hurries by the defense, 14 by the allowing, 6 fumble recoveries on defense while allowing 3, 1 block kick on the defense while not allowing anything. Obviously, I want to just say this across the board for both of these teams. Whatever you did wrong last game, you got correct. And whatever you did wrong last game, you got to fix. And one thing I'm going to say about Miami, you got to have more points than just 10 to beat Ohio State. I'm just being dead honest. And I know there might be some questionable calls here and there, but you got to make plays to win and be more mentally tough. You got to make adjustments on the fly, both offensively and defensively. You got to limit the penalties as much as possible. And the last thing you want is like sports like conduct or personal foul targeting. You can't be intimidated by the other team. Try to get your fans involved while getting the opposing fans quiet as much as possible in this type of game. Special teams wise, you got to be solid. In Miami, you have to be better on field goals. Missing that many field goals, that's not going to cut it against Ohio State. You got to make your field goals. You got to make your extra points. You got to have good punts. Not allow big punt returns and all this. And obviously, if you have a good punt return, that would really help. And same thing goes for kickoff returns. You don't want to allow those. If you have them, that will be helpful. Now, defensively, you want to get them in third and long situations, get them behind the chains. And then one thing across the board, you got to win the turnover battle if you can. Now, on defense, got to create havoc, get some sacks, get some tackles for loss, get them behind the chains, get them to third and long, and then get stops on third and long. And if they do go for and fourth down, you got to get stops in fourth down. You got to be good in the red zone defense because sometimes just a line field goal could be a difference in the game between a touchdown and a field goal. You got to be good. Obviously, don't allow any big chunk plays like 20 yards or more, whether it's on the ground or through the air, while offense and try to create turnovers. While offensively, you got to take care of the ball as much as you can. You can't get behind the chains. You got to have some sort of balance. And Miami, Florida got away with it because they didn't have a great passing game against A&M, but they ran the ball pretty good. And I expect Ohio State to stop the run a lot better than A&M did. I'm just being brutally honest. Ohio State's defense is better than A&M's. You got to have your key players step up and make contested catches. You got to be good on third and long. You got to be good in your red zone offense and fourth down in offense if you need to be. Who do I think is going to win this game? I admit I was wrong about Miami, Florida. on the last game. But I already decided, even if Miami, Florida, or Texas A&M won, they're not going to beat Ohio State. That's why I'm going with Ohio State. I'm sorry, but I don't trust Miami, Florida enough to win. Yes, I know they proved me wrong last time, but that's against A&M, and they were not playing as well down the stretch. Ohio State is better than A&M, and I expect them to play with vengeance after their last game against Indiana. Yeah, you don't want to be that team right after Ohio State lost a game that they technically shouldn't, but it was like a field goal game. You get the point, though. So give me Ohio State to win. I just don't know if they're going to cover or not. It's up to you to decide. I was just not impressed with last game with Miami, Florida anyway, even though they won. Yes, they won, but they held A&M to 3. I don't think they're going to hold Ohio State below 10 points in this game. I really don't. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe, and see you guys later on the road to 8 scores. Ultimate goal is to have more from my the scores. Like video, comment, really helps YouTube background. Some more people see it. Sharing the video does help as well. Some more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well.